So teaching my kids love, I think it starts with me as a person firstly. And teaching, it's not only more about what you say, but it's what you do as a parent as well. So one thing that I've acknowledged is that when it comes to love, we've got different love languages. However, I demonstrate love to my kids the way I feel that I want to be loved as well, or love myself. So what I will do is, it's not obvious stuff, but things that I want to see them do to me. Because they're not just going to wake up and give me a hug. They're not just going to wake up and start kissing me. While if ever I haven't taught them that it's okay to give hugs, it's okay to kiss, it's okay to just be silly with each other. So it's more of demonstrating when it comes to teaching your kids love. I think it starts with you as a parent and how you define it. And as well, be open to their idea of love, because chances of the way I define love and how they define it, it might mean two different things. There are kids who are not that touchy, and they'll feel like you're just being on the space. But then at the end, we just need to find a way of showing them love. And I think we as parents, we play a very important role in our kids' life. And that's the one part we need to understand. We are more of the leaders. We are more of the guardians. We are more of, we can say, role model as well. So they need to get it from us first for them to even know a thing called love. The minute you're not going to show it, the minute you're not going to talk about it, the minute you're not going to demonstrate it, then it's difficult for them to even know whether is it love or not. I think the only way you can distinguish what we see on TV, social media, and what is happening in real life, it's actually open communication. Because besides even TV, we've been taught, kids are being taught at school that a family, it's a mother, father, and a child. I was in a situation where the mom and father were not staying in the same household, but were co-parenting. But that does not mean that it's not a family. It does not mean that maybe there's something wrong with a household because of now what they're being taught as a family. They don't see it at home, There was a point where I had to even tell my daughter that you're actually blessed, because when I broke up with the father, I met somebody else, that you're actually blessed. You've got two fathers. So these are the things that you need to explain to your child so that they don't end up being confused, because once you don't tell them, they're going to take whatever they're getting from social media or TV and take it as if that is the reality. And they will try to set themselves up for something that's not even realistic. So it's either better that you tell them what it is at home, and then because you can pick it up when they talk, man, or when they play with their toys. And you just emphasize that thing that, even though mommy and daddy are not in the same household, it does not mean that we don't love each other. It does not mean that we don't have the best interest, your best interest at heart. We love you, we care for you, we are always here, and we'll do our best to be your parents. So I think it's just a matter of just open communication so that the child does not undermine where they come from. Then once it's open, and then they get to appreciate and acknowledge it, that tomorrow they're able to say that, yes, my mom and dad, and you can even get to a point where they acknowledge even whether it's their parents in their life, and they can still see them as a father or mother and not necessarily as an evil type of person as they see it in some books. That's a difficult one, because now we live in the world where we need material things, let's be honest. But I think it's a matter of putting discipline on your child. And you as a parent being honest in terms of what you can afford to your kids. Our kids get a lot of pressure. We maybe at a certain age, they no longer like this, they like that, and all those type of things. We need to be honest and tell them when you can do it and when you can't do it. And sometimes even when you can, you might just say no. I remember there was a point where my kids, I used to buy yogurt at Woolies. And then this other time, then it was not more of an intentional type of a thing. I used to buy most of my groceries there, or I will just balance it out. And then this other time, I will buy the other brands from Pick and Pay. And now this other time they had the ball to tell me that they actually don't prefer certain brand. They want a certain brand. And when you look at the price ranges, that other one, yes, 6, to be honest, it was double the price of the other, type of a thing. And it was costly. And was it sustainable? To be honest with myself, it was not sustainable. Because then it was not necessarily saying I'm going to the shop or whatever. But I just had to be honest with myself. Because firstly, when they come and visit my parents, there's no Woolworths around. So are they saying that when they get to a certain household, there'll be those snobs and say, we don't eat this type of brand, we prefer this type of a thing. So it's a matter of just when you see it, because sometimes we don't do it intentionally, like in this case. But then when I noticed it, I actually stopped buying that brand. I stopped intentionally, so because I could see what it was doing to them. That they must understand wherever you go, you must accept and acknowledge whatever, appreciate whatever you are given, and not be more of, no, I prefer this. If it's not that, then I'm not gonna wear it. I used to even mixed. There was a time when, kids sometimes girls, they want a certain cartoon, boys, they want specific one, and they don't want anything else. And that's why I used to like a lot Woolworths, because they used to have plain t-shirts and Ackermans. I will literally on purpose go buy those ones, because indirectly I'm instilling some principle in them. Because now with one t-shirt, besides the cost, but you don't want to brainwash or give your child a sense of entitlement to certain things. You need to teach them that they need to appreciate and go anyway. And even if situations do not allow it to continue, then they can still feel a sense of worth wearing a non-branded top, as just the same as they will feel a sense of worth when they're wearing one.